Hello everyone, my name is Wayne.
And I'm Rebecca.
And we are your Bourbon Journey. Here we are going to be trying out a line from one of our favorite places that we like to go, the Bard. The first bottle that we're going to talk about here is Cinder and Smoke. On Thursday night, before the Bourbon Festival in Kentucky kicked off, they have, Bourbon in the Air? I think it's called. You get an opportunity to chew the fat with the distillers, and such. So, of course, we walked over to our friends at the Bard, and Kim and Tom and the gang, that we got to go behind the table, and Kim presented us with this bottle. And this here is the last line of the Founder's Reserve. And supposedly there's going to be no more unless they decide to make more money. No, I'm just kidding.
No, but they might do single barrels.
Yes.
It's always been a 3-barrel blend to this date. And this is the oldest they've done at 10 years. But they've talked about possibly keeping the Founder's Reserve, but it might go to a single barrel model.
Rebecca's going to tell you some information about this bottle and why it's special.
Cinder and Smoke Founder's Reserve Select is a 10-year-old. It is a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. It was blended and bottled at the Bard Distillery. The mash bill is made up of corn, rye, and malted barley. It is typically aged 5 years, but this one is 10. And the proof is 100. The MSRP is 100. This one was released September of 2025. Again, it's batch X for 10. This is bottle 5 of 497. And we did have this provided to us at the Bard Distillery at Kentucky Bourbon Festival. So we were very excited to learn they were gifting this to us. When we did our tour there, we had purchased a lot of things, including like 2 of almost everything. And I remember Kim and Tom were just stunned with the number of boxes we walked out with, and including a much earlier version of a Cinder and Smoke Founder's Reserve. And we've hit that bottle pretty hard. So to have this 10-year version that is the end of the line is really, really special for us. And I feel very honored to have the bottle.
I do too. It has a special meaning to us, for the people that provided it for us, as well as the people that are there that work at the Bards. Let us go ahead and pick up our Bourbon Festival glasses, which we did not get this year.
No, we weren't VIPs this year, but that helped me know which was poured in which glass. I have to have keys for myself to know what I've done. I'm gonna roll this a little bit. I'm excited. I do love their Cinder and Smoke line. They have a basic Cinder and Smoke that is a small batch, and then this is an ultra small batch, typically with having 3 barrels only. Kim and Tom picked the 3 barrels they want to blend. Again, this is the last time they're doing that specific approach. This has got great legs for me, and I wasn't expecting it to happen that quickly. But one of the things I like about it is it lives up to its name. So I can't wait to taste this and see if it does. Keep in mind its name, Cinder and Smoke.
Yep.
Oh, it smells just luscious.
There's a vanilla, a brown sugar. There is a smokiness.
That's what I always find in Cinder and Smoke. I think that's why they name it that. It's got to be the char level on the barrels that they've stored these in and blended. It's just so, yummy. It's just yummy smelling.
I almost get a little bit of honey.
I'm getting caramel as my sweet note, maybe a little bit of dark fruit, really dark fruit.
Well, it's not cherry. That's usually the fruit I get.
It's just that it's hiding there. It's a very secondary player on the nose. I do like the nose though. It's very inviting. And I think that checking out the legs, that being very lovely, I think we should taste it.
No, we should definitely try it.
Cheers to Kim and Tom Bard and everyone at the Bard on your 10-year Founder's Reserve. Cheers.
What she said.
Oh, barrel notes in a most positive way. Sometimes if you say barrel notes right off the bat, you're thinking something one direction, but there's a sweetness. It's sweeter on the palate than it is on the nose for me.
You immediately get barrel notes, and the barrel notes quickly dissipate, and it turns into these baking spices, a brown sugar, cinnamon. Try it again. I don't know. I'm getting
a really dark caramel for me. It's like a dark caramel that's got the smokiness surrounding it, almost like you're making caramel in the smoker. So
I'm also getting cinnamon.
Yeah.
If you're somebody that really wants to find barrel notes in a bottle that aren't over oaked or whatever,
Doesn't dry you out.
Doesn't dry. This is it. They are there in the most pleasant way. They did this at the right time. It is an excellent combination.
And that's why it's called the Founder Select, because the two founders are the ones that select the barrels. And I just love this because it's got sweetness. I've got caramel, some brown sugar. I've got these notes of cinnamon. I'm still getting this dark fruit. I'm thinking it's a really, really dark cherry. And then that smokiness. The smokiness is just, it's like it's enveloping. Like when you smoke a cocktail and you pull that little thing off the top and then there's whiffs of smoke go in the air. And it's so pleasant and amazing. That's kind of what it's reminding me of.
I'm also now getting a zest in the back. And I don't know if it's orange or a lemon. It's toward the very back as it's starting to go down just before it takes its final dive down the throat. It hits you, and it hits you in a very pleasant way.
I'm not getting that, which is okay. Looking at the finish side of things, I am getting little bits of tobacco on the finish, which I really like. It's got pops of cinnamon, maybe little pops of black pepper on the finish as well.
I would buy that.
I'm enjoying this. We've had a lot of lighter bourbons recently, and this is 100 proof, but it does not drink like 100 proof. It's so rich. Sometimes when it's 100 proof, you're like, I'm not sure, but this one is just really rich.
If I were going to guess, I would be saying it drinks a little bit higher.
Yeah, it's
higher
not
proof.
hot anyway.
No.
It's just that a lot of times when something's 100 or below, it doesn't have as much body for me, or it doesn't have as many layers. And this is just full of layers and body. That's what I mean by it. It's not that it's hot or anything like that. It's just, it's drinking with layers that I normally get from the cask strength. It's just so warm on the finish. It's just pleasant. I love the fact that it's got this smokiness, but it's not barrel tannic forward. And being 10 years old, that's the age where it can sometimes start going there. But I am getting more tobacco than anything else. I was wondering if it might go chocolate. It didn't for me this time. It went more tobacco for me. Yeah, we love it when we get those notes.
And it's funny, I'm not getting it yet. I'm actually due to get a tobacco note, and I've been missing that. It's like an old friend that moved away.
I'm enjoying it immensely, and I highly recommend this bottle. I think they still have some at the distillery. I know they do have quite a bit of distribution. They are on the west end of the Kentucky Bourbon Trail on the west side of the state. And I know they've just been pounding the pavement working on getting things into stores. We see it in our store quite a bit. We see their Founders Reserve there and other Cinder and Smoke and their Oloroso. You might be able to find this or stop by the distillery. Oh my goodness, because it's definitely worth it before it's gone. Try to grab some. I do recommend you go for a visit and get some of this. Maybe you got some at the Kentucky Bourbon Festival. They were selling it like crazy at KBF. If you did, let us know in the comments. Let's go on to the next one. You're going to tell us a little bit about John Prine.
I am.
Because these two are, this is from 2022 and this one's from 2025. Wayne's going to tell you a little bit about John Prine in case you don't possibly know who he is. So we're going to share that.
There's a lot about the guy, and so I will share.
We don't have time for a dissertation.
We don't. And so I'm going to share
and
with
we
you.
can't play music because we get in trouble by YouTube.
Yeah, so I will attempt to communicate to you what I have found in a simplest way. Okay, John Prine was an influential American singer-songwriter known for his unique blend of country folk music. He was born on October 10th, 1946 in Maywood, Illinois, and passed away on April 7, 2020 in Nashville, Tennessee. He learned to play guitar at age 14 and attended the Old Town School of Folk Music in Chicago. After serving in the U.S. Army in West Germany, he returned to Chicago, where he worked as a mailman while writing songs. His career took off after a performance at a Chicago folk club called the Fifth Peg, where he was encouraged to perform by a fellow musician. His self-titled debut album was released in 1971, featuring iconic songs like Paradise and Sam Stone. In 1981, he co-founded Old Boy Records, an independent label that released music until his death. Prine received numerous accolades, including the Grammy Lifetime Achievement Awards in 2020 and was inducted to the Songwriters Hall of Fame in 2019. His legacy is he is celebrated for his poignant lyrics that often blend humor with social commentary. He influenced many contemporary artists and is remembered as a key figure in American music, with a loyal fan base that appreciates his storytelling and authenticity. And that is all the stuff that I can give you, and there's a whole lot more about the man known as John Prine.
I mentioned earlier that we visited the Bard recently. We didn't get to see Kim and Tom because they have been very involved with the celebration of John Prine, which is always done on his birthday, which is October 10th, as Wayne mentioned. And so they were out and about, and there's a whole series of things happening at the Ryman, I think, in Nashville, other parties and things. I saw on their Facebook post just recently that they might have been involved in a film making or something while they were gone too. So it's pretty exciting, and you can buy this online. If you go to their website, you can buy it online. But I'm going to tell you a little bit about the series, which is only 2 bottles, and we're not going to get deep into the series. We want to focus the tasting on this year's, but Wayne and I decided to go ahead and pour a little bit of the 2022 just in case we wanted to drink some. So let me tell you a little bit about the John Prine series. So the first You Got Gold was held in 2022. The Bard Distillery was honored to release a special bourbon to commemorate the event, to raise funds for the Hello in There Foundation, a nonprofit created in John's memory. So this gold medal winning bourbon was a huge hit. And this, their typical Muhlenberg bourbon, which is made by them at the Bard Distillery, is a mash bill of corn, wheat, and malted barley. And they made the proof point at 101.0. Why, you say? Because John Prine was born on 10/10. So they wanted the proof point to be 10/10. And this first one was offered at $76 in October of 2022, limited to 6,000 bottles. And we did get one that year as well. Then fast forward 3 years, and they're once again honored to close out the final You Got Gold with another amazing spirit. Again, the proceeds of these bottles go to help the Hello in There Foundation for their mission of lifting up communities and continuing John's legacy of caring. So the You Got Gold 2025 edition is a little bit different because his widow asked that this one have some rye in the mash bill. So typically their Muhlenberg is a wheated bourbon, but this is a rye bourbon with corn, rye, and malted barley. And she also asked that it be aged 5 years to match how many years he has been gone. Again, the proof is 101.0. This MSRP is $79.99, released just this month in October, limited to 7,000 bottles, and you can go to their website and buy it online. And we did purchase it at their distillery when we visited on October 11th for $79.99 at the Bard, which is in Graham, Kentucky, very close to Madisonville, Kentucky. So I'm excited to try them both again. We have hit this bottle pretty hard, I'm just saying, but we have not tried this. We tried it when we visited it recently. So it's the only little communion cup that we had at that time. But do you want to start out with the 2022, then move to the 2025?
We will start with the 2022.
Let's do that just because it is a wheated bourbon, so that's a little bit different. Again, their proofs are the same, 101.0. I love that. That's such a cute thing to do.
10/10.
So their Muhlenberg bourbon has won a lot of awards. It is their foundation for their creams that they do, and they do some amazing creams. I may have had some of their salted caramel cream in my coffee today. Oh, it smells yummy.
This smells like a wheater.
It's sweet.
There's this sweetness. It's almost a honey.
It's very fragrant, almost like honeysuckle.
Mm-hmm.
It's the fragrance I'm getting on it. I'm glad we have a backup bottle of this. I did buy 2 that year. And we did buy 2 this year too.
Yep.
Well, to the 2022, You Got Gold. Cheers.
Cheers. It tastes like the nose.
Yeah. It's got a little nuttiness though I didn't get on the nose. And that's coming from the wheat, I'm sure.
I'm getting honey. Mm-hmm. I'm getting the wheat aspect. I feel like I've walked into a bakery.
It's nice. It's not super overly sweet. Like sometimes your wheaters are very sweet. This is not a super sweet one. Oh. It doesn't have pastry notes, but it has sweet bread-like notes for me. And I'm getting this almost nutty bread-like feeling on the palate with it, which is really good. And again, if this one's not available, you can get their Muhlenberg, which is made from the same mash bill, just saying, because this one is sold out. So we just want to do a little comparison. So this one is this year's, which has a rye mash bill, which they don't typically do. They normally focus on the wheated mash bill from Muhlenberg. The color's a little bit darker. Of course, it is a 5-year-old. Oh yeah, this has got a different nose because it's got the rye in there.
It's funny. What I'm getting is actually a little bit sweeter than this.
Well, I think caramel's coming forward on this one, so it's not the same kind of sweet for me. It's a different sweet.
Yeah, it's not that baking.
I mean, this one had that honeysuckle note. I'm not getting that on here. I'm getting baking spices, caramel.
I'm almost getting a tea, and that's, to me, it's ringing of rye.
It's very nice.
Oh,
And while it's sitting here, it's got legs for me. They're just terrific.
I'm getting black tea. Oh, I'm digging the nose.
Shall we taste it?
Yes.
Cheers to You Got Gold 2025 and all the work that Tom and Kim did to help this foundation. Cheers to all of you and all of you that work so hard for that.
Cheers.
Yummy.
This is the first time of any bourbon I've ever had I'm getting black tea.
That's
at the
interesting.
beginning. And I'm really digging that. I'm a coffee drinker normally. I'm getting a black tea. I'm gonna have to try this again because I know there's more there, but boy, the front is outstanding.
What's interesting in comparing this to the Cinder and Smoke, it doesn't have the smokiness, right? So that's Cinder and Smoke is known for that. And this is totally different. What you want, if you're going to a distillery and you're going to buy several different varieties off their shelf, you want them all to have a different profile so that you can enjoy different things. Otherwise, why would you buy every bottle, right? I love that it's completely different from this one, even though it has a rye mash bill. And it's different from this one because it's typically a wheated mash bill, but it's got some great sweet notes of caramel, brown sugar, and it's got a really nice mouthfeel to it. I like the mouthfeel. And I'm getting a little bit of nuttiness, which is interesting. It's not peanuts, like an almond slash a little bit of pecan maybe.
The more you're getting on stuff, the more I'm actually intensified in
the tea,
in the black tea there, which that I think that, and I'm like, that's rye for me. And then there's some cinnamon that pops up toward the end. There's a sweetness in it that might be a caramel.
I like it.
It's very, for me, this is very different. This is different than a lot of things.
All three of these are different. Very different.
It's a lot different from things we have on the shelf.
And from the finish, it's very long. I just want to take a second sip for that. But the finish is really nice and long. I've got little bits of pepper popping, a little bit of cinnamon popping. Unlike the Cinder and Smoke where I was getting like tobacco and barrel notes, this is more like cinnamon and pepper. It's effervescent for me on the finish, and I'm enjoying that tremendously.
I do think that of the three of these, I'm enjoying this one here because I do like the flavor profile. I love this.
Yeah.
But I think of the three of these, this is the one that you could drink neat and the one that you could put in a cocktail that would enhance it. I would not use this in a cocktail. I'm sure it would work fine. I would rather drink it straight.
I would rather do that, but it might be amazing in a smoked old fashioned. Oh my gosh, because it's already had the smoky component. That would be pretty amazing, but I don't typically do that with $100 bourbons. But
now there's one other thing I am getting on this. For me, the rye really starts to kick in the middle as well. It starts for tea, all of a sudden that rye, the rye spices you would normally get. This is something you would normally get. This is what makes me laugh. I can pick up a little bit of a creme brulee.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not getting that at all on this, but that's okay. Everyone gets something different.
I absolutely love it because my wife is usually the sophisticated palate and she picks up those things. And
I love what I got though.
I picked that up and I'm like, I was not expecting that.
I just think these are all three different tastes. And what I love about this tasting is that there's something for everyone. Like these are so different. And again, just think about different packaging here. Think about Muhlenberg here. And that there's something for everyone's palate here, I think. I would just want to say that, like we said, you can still get some of this there. There might be some out in distribution. This is definitely available online. Absolutely. This is sold out, but because it's from 3 years ago, but check out their Muhlenberg, which is made by them, and that is their wheated. So you're going to get a lot of the similar profile from that. So check that out. And that is highly available in a lot of liquor stores. It's got great distribution. And we've seen the Muhlenberg, we've seen the Cinder and Smoke Oloroso finish, which is fabulous. We've seen the Cinder and Smoke. We've seen a lot of their creams. They have a blackberry a Muhlenberg that has blackberry in it, a Muhlenberg that has apple in it. Is it? That's like an apple pie one. I don't get into all those things personally, but their salted caramel cream, I had to get a bottle of that because I was just a little like, I need that. And Diane, who works there, I put that in my coffee. I go, you just sold a bottle of that. So cheers to you, Diane.
It doesn't surprise me that they're invested with John Prine. They are very invested in their community.
Oh, my
We've said
goodness.
that in several of the things when we've talked about their stuff.
And they work with a group of musicians.
Mm-hmm.
They have this school, this foundation that's very related to what John Prine was about, where they help musicians locally in their little town to get musical instruments so they can learn to play.
Yeah, and they both work very hard.
Kim's on the school board too.
Yeah,
They're doing all this and they're doing the stuff in their community too. So you gotta love that.
They work very hard. They wake up 30 minutes before they go to sleep, and they are constantly on the grind. They really are. I don't know how they do it, and both of them just look spiffy.
Well, and they're also taking tender, loving care, total TLC, to refurbish this Graham school building. I mean, it's multiple buildings, and they are doing all the work themselves. They're scraping stuff off walls and painting and glazing the windows, all that stuff, that they're taking all this care for this. And Tom went to school there. That's what's so cool too. And they just want to preserve what that was about in the community and bring community jobs and bring money into their community. If you haven't been there, you've just got to go.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
I'm going to raise my glass. Tom and Kim, you know what we think of you, and you mean a lot to us. We've been fortunate on the trail to meet with a lot of really good people.
Yep.
We've named them in the past. Today it's about the Bard, and so Tom and Kim, from the bottom of our hearts, we love you.
we're
And
family.
We appreciate you, and you are family. If you like what we do, hit the subscribe button. Always remember to drink responsibly. Today, it's about the Bard, and it's about community, friendship, and family. Cheers.
Cheers.